Good morning. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series. The week that was college football history review, the 1967 college football season. Today I'll be talking about the games that were played during week 10 of November the 18th, 1967. Let's get into it, man, as I continue to go fast and furious with this recap of the 1967 college football season. Here we go. November 18th, 1967, Yale defeated Princeton 29-7. Eli's wrapped up the Ivy title, putting Tigers in tank for the first time since 1960. Ingenuous Yale quarterback Brian Doling, Brian Doling, threw plenty of long, wobbly passes, but still accounted for four scores. Early on, Dowling pitched out to halfback Calvin Hill, running right and slipped uncovered into Princeton secondary while Hill fired a stunning 60-yard touchdown pass to Dowling for a 7-0 advantage. We were ready for it, said Princeton coach Dick Coleman, but not on first down. Tigers answered with 74-yard touchdown drive capped by tailback Dick Bracken's 2-yard run on 14th play up trip for 7-7 knock. Yale quickly responded with Dowling's 47-yard touchdown pass to tight end Bruce Weinstein near end of the first quarter. Now, Bulldogs defense led by tackle Steve Greenberg, who was the son of former Detroit Tigers slugger, then took over. So Eli's linebacker Paul Tuffley scored second quarter safety by tossing back Bracken into end zone and also fell on punt blocked by defensive lineman Dick Williams at Tigers' 30-yard line. Dowling shot 27-yard pass to Hill and skirted 3 yards to score 14 seconds to go before halftime. So Dowling added his second touchdown pass in the fourth quarter. Army defeated Pittsburgh by a score of 21-12. Clemson upset number 10 North Carolina State 14-6. They are in if they win, said Sugar Bowl President Monk Simon in pregame reference to North Carolina State. Wolfpack was encouraged by 6-0 lead in the second quarter on kicker Gerald Warren's win-aided 16th and 17th field goals of the year, which broke NCAA record of Princeton's Charlie Gogolat set in 1965. So while dreaming of New Orleans, NC State saw a major bid blow up in the third quarter as it chose to face 22 miles per hour winds so it could benefit from fourth quarter gusts. With third quarter wind, Clemson briefly abandoned its run block superiority for airborne touchdown as quarterback Jimmy Addison hurled a 28-yard touchdown pass to tailback Buddy Lord, who beat stumbling Wolfpack linebacker Steve Diacon. Just 4 minutes later, backup tailback Jackie Jackson, who ran for 96 yards, ran for clinching touchdown from 7 yards out. Tigers called timeout to force North Carolina State quarterback punter Jim Donnan, who earlier suffered 1-yard punt into the wind, to face late third quarter gusts. Again, Donnan punted only 25 yards to Clemson 49-yard line. And although the Tigers didn't score, they ran 6 minutes off the clock as Workhorse Jackson lugged 10 straight plays to Wolfpack 9-yard line. NC State offense, which made only 152 yards all day, was left at that point in hopeless hole. November 18th, 1967. Tennessee, number 2 team in the country, defeated Mississippi by a score of 20-7 in Memphis, Tennessee. Tennessee moved close to the SEC crown with first success over Mississippi since 1958. Waiting was Monday's Orange Bowl invitation, which Volunteers would happily pocket. Volunteers defense, led by stellar sophomore linebackers like Jack Reynolds and Steve Kiner, kept Ole Miss running game sequestered at 52 yards. Tennessee tailback Walter Chadwick, who had 115 yards rushing, a touchdown and 25 carries, through surprise left-handed pass for 10-yard touchdown to end Terry Dalton, an end of 56 yards second quarter trip, which opened door for 17-0 halftime lead. The Tennessee's defensive lineman Dick Williams pounded on 2 fumbles that led to 10 more points in second quarter. Chadwick's 9-yard touchdown run and kicker Carl Krimpser's 42-yard field goal at the first half, in which they made only solo first down. Rebels inserted sophomore quarterback Terry Collier, who generated some excitement until suffering interceptions by Volunteers defensive backs Albert Dorsey and Jimmy Weatherford. Rebels went 41 yards to fullback Bobby Wade's touchdown run midway in the third quarter after defensive back Tommy James interception of Volunteers quarterback Dewey Warren. Minnesota upset number 5 Indiana by a score of 33-7 as Bowl burst on Indiana's perfect season as rampaging Minnesota took inside track to its third passable Rose Bowl in the last 8 years, trailing just 7-0 at halftime, but relinquishing heavy run yards that would total 347 yards by game's end. Hoosiers tied it 7-7 by going 76 yards at the second half kickoff. The quarterback Harry Gonzo's first 1-yard touchdown run. Gophers answered with a 68-yard drive at quarterback Kurt Wilson, who had 118 yards rushing and 20 carries, scored his second touchdown in the third quarter for the 13-7 lead, despite Indiana linebacker Jim Sinaiadeki blocked extra point kick. Now, Indiana's will was broken when it faltered at the Gophers' 26-yard line early in the fourth quarter on 4th and 9. Gonzo ran option play, but didn't pitch to open halfback John Eisenbarger and gained only 5 yards. Then a 20-point spree, Wilson threw 17-yard touchdown to tight end Charlie Sanders, sandwiched between two more of his touchdown runs. And instrumental in Minnesota's rushing attack were right guard Dick Endell and right tackle John Williams, who plowed over Hoosiers' left side for halfback John Wintermute, who had 135 yards rushing on 23 carries, and fullback Jim Carr had 94 yards rushing on 19 carries. Next, Missouri beat Nebraska by a score of 10-7. Missouri's first win in 5 years over Nebraska officially dethroned Cornhuskers after 4 straight years as Big 8 champs. Tigers held out chance to share conference honors as their defense allowed mere 11-yard rushing and 161 yards in the air. Nebraska halfback Joe Orduna skied high among 4 players for 34-yard touchdown catch to end aerial drive of 84 yards on which tight end Dennis Wichnowski became school's all-time to date season pass catch leader with 33. Missouri defensive tackle kicker Jay Wallace bombed 45-yard field goal against win in second quarter, so Huskers led 7-3 at halftime. After 2 plays of third quarter, Missouri halfback John Staggers lost fumble at his 25-yard line. Nebraska soon faced 4th and 3 at 18-yard line, but coach Bob Devaney was misinformed that only 1 yard was needed. A skewing field goal try, Huskers pushed Orduna ahead for only 1 yard, and that about ended their day on offense. Now, early in the fourth quarter, defensive tackle Wallace partly blocked Nebraska punter Dana Stevenson punt that went 17 yards to Huskers' 37-yard field goal. 37-yard line for the Huskers. The Tigers sub quarterback Garnett Phelps fired long pass. Staggers hauled down for 38-yard touchdown. Missouri defense led by defensive end Elmer Bernhardt, who had 6 sacks, 41 yards lost. That gotta be the 41 yards lost for the 6 sacks. Harassed quarterback Frank Patrick without mercy. Next, Oklahoma, number 17 in the country, defeated Kansas by a score of 14-10. Winner of 4 of his previous 5 games, expectant Kansas charged off at halftime with 3-0 lead after kicker Bill Bell kicked a 23-yard field goal from 23 yards. Slick Jayhawks defense had held Oklahoma to only 15 yards rushing in the first half and later blocked the third quarter punt. Kansas quarterback Bobby Douglas slipped into end zone behind right guard on 4th down for 10-0 lead as third quarter drew near to close. With its closed conference leadership in jeopardy, Sooner answered right back with tailback Steve Owens' 7-yard touchdown run. Thrilling verdict was sealed on Sooners quarterback Bobby Womack's 30-yard touchdown pass to tight end Steve Zabel with 1:02 left. Oranges sold in crates outside Owen Field showered down as Oklahoma fans expressed their zeal for Orange Bowl trip. Wyoming defeated Texas El Paso 21-19. Now Wyoming was ranked number 6 in the country, celebrating only their second ever appearance in the AP poll. The Miners went prospecting for upset goal against undefeated WAC camp champion Wyoming. UTEP led 13-3 at halftime on touchdown passes by sub-quarterback Brooks Dawson to wide receiver Volley Murphy and tight end Ron Jones. Cowboys fullback Tom Williams scored early in the fourth quarter, and when Dawson soon lost fumble at own 6-yard line, Wyoming took 18-13 lead on quarterback Paul Toscano's touchdown pass. Cowboys lost lead at 19-18 when Murphy scored again, but counted on ace kicker Jerry DePoster to win it with a short field goal inside the last 6 minutes. California beat Stanford 26-3. It was California's coach's Ray Wilpsey's first win in big game in 4 tries. Oregon State defeated Oregon by a score of 14-10. Oregon State was ranked number 8. The Civil War comeback was required of Beavers as Oregon appeared poised to pull off one of the season's biggest upsets. Fresh from its tie and win over UCLA, USC, respectively. Oregon State fell behind 10-0 to spiced up Ducks. Kicker Mike Shaw booted 27-yard field goal for Oregon's 3-0 halftime lead. So halfback Claxton Welch plunged to short touchdown on a 4th down play in the third quarter. Fine play of Ducks linebacker Kent Rote, who recovered 3 fumbles, and defensive end Cam Moulter, who blocked 2 punts, was sufficient for a perhaps bigger lead. But Oregon defense could not arrest Oregon State's big fullback Bill Earthquake Inyard. Had 167 yards on 34 carries and a touchdown. Wu pounded across for four-quarter touchdown at end of 80-yard trip. Drive was boosted by quarterback Steve Priest's 35-yard pass. The halfback Don Summers and yard carry load on 46-yard voice to Priest's winning 4-yard rollout run with 2:30 to go. Next, Arizona State beat Brigham Young 31-22. Arizona State beat Brigham Young 31-22 as Cougars started run specialist Terry Stanford at quarterback and jumped to 9-0 lead on kicker Dennis Patera's 28-yard field goal after monster back Joe James interception. Stanford's only completion for 22-yard touchdown to wide receiver Phil Odom. BYU went back to regular quarterback Mark Lyons, who filled Desert Knight with passes, but when he finally found touchdown range with 28-yard scoring heave in the fourth quarter, Arizona State had caught 4 touchdowns and a field goal. Sun Devils sent wingback J.D. Hill on a 65-yard punt return for a touchdown in the first quarter to ignite rally, and Hill added 33-yard touchdown pass reception. But fullback Max Anderson, who had 151 yards rushing on 24 carries and 2 touchdowns, scored on 22 and 1-yard runs as main cogs in Arizona State's 3 touchdown spurt in 7-minute span of the second quarter. And finally, the game of the year of 1967 was between number 1 UCLA versus number 4 Southern California, where number 4 Southern California beat number 1 UCLA by a score of 21-20. Before 90,772,000, number 1 UCLA, number 4 Southern California played for local, regional, and national glory. Bruins scored first as beneficiary of an 18-yard punt by Troy punter Ricky Aldridge that sliced out of bounds at Trojan 47-yard line in the first quarter. Quarterback Gary Beeben connected on a 12-yard pass, ran 11 yards to put halfback Greg Jones in touchdown range at 12-yard line. Late in the first quarter, Darren Beeben, who had 301 yards passing, 16 out of 24 for 2 touchdowns and an interception, earned with crossfield pass that Troy's defensive back Pat Cashman picked off for a 55-yard touchdown return. Bruins defensive back Mark Gostkowski, the Bruins defensive back Mark Gostkowski had 42-yard punt return in second quarter, but kicker Zenon Anderson's field goal was tipped by a tall USC defensive lineman Bill Hayhoe. Immediately, wide receiver Earl McCullough put world-class speed to work for USC, racing 52 yards on reverse and catching a 15-yard pass to position tailback O.J. Simpson had 177 yards rushing on 30 carries for 13-yard touchdown run. Hay-Ho blocked another field goal to maintain a 14-7 edge for USC. But Beeben pitched touchdown passes of 53 yards to end George Farmer and 20 yards to end Dave Nuttall. But after the last touchdown, which came early in the fourth quarter, Hay-Ho again got fingertip on Andrews Season's conversion kick to again send it wide. So UCLA led 20-14, within minutes of ensuing kickoff, incomparable O.J. Simpson swung wide from own 36-yard line, sprinted away from Bruins secondary, cut across the field, and used McCullough's shielding block to author a dramatic 64-yard touchdown run. Aldridge's kick made it 21-20, and the Trojans' defense was left to harass Beeman's comeback attempt. In the last 10 minutes, he was sacked 4 times, including losses of 19 yards by defensive end Jimmy Gunn and 10 yards lost by Troy's other defensive end Tim Rosevich. So that concludes look at week number 10, the games that were played on November 18th, 1967. For week 10, let's look at the AP poll as November 20th. Number 1 was Southern California. Number 2 was Tennessee. Number 3 was Purdue. Number 4 was UCLA. Number 5 was Oklahoma. Number 6 was Notre Dame. Number 7, Wyoming. Number 8, Oregon State. Number 9, Alabama. And number 10, Houston. So that concludes the look at the week that was college football history review, the 1967 college football season. For November 18th, 1967, week 10. Please like, subscribe to the channel. Do a video to magnitude tomorrow. Let's continue to finish off this look at the season of 1967 college football season. This was the conclusion of week 10 of November 18th, 1967. November 18th, 1967. Week 10. Do week 11 tomorrow. Look at the games that are played from November 23rd to November 25th, 1967. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. When you like, subscribe, and comment on the channel, you get a chance to watch this video. Until then, talk to you soon.